One of those little, is a young cormorant. They like to get up here in the sun and dry themselves off. Sat on the beach next to one the other day. It might have been that one right there. And so walked right up to it and sat down right beside it. You can see his feathers look like they're kind of damp still. At least that's the way it looks from here. They gotta dry off. They don't have oily glands like ducks. They're good swimmers, but they just never develop the oil glands. So even though the feathers themselves are the proteins that make up the feathers, I mean that itself doesn't absorb water, but the structure of the feathers in between the spaces in the feathers, that soaks up a lot of water. Whereas a duck, all their feathers are covered by an oil, so so the water just rolls off. There's a saying like water off a duck's back. The ducks have a very waterproof exterior feather system, I guess you would say. But the cormorants are not like that. Which is kind of tough if you're a water bird, isn't it, cormorant? Yeah, you got to get all your work done, and then you got to come dry off. You can't just float around and bob around in the water like the ducks. The ducks sleep in the water. Oh, you go right to sleep in the water. Cormorants got to find them a nice little sunny spot. They don't have real long legs like the herons and the egrets. The herons and the egrets would be like the cormorants. They wouldn't really have the oily feathers either, but they don't really go underwater. They just stick their heads underwater. Probably the flamingos would be the same way. There's a lot of birds that live on the water, but they're not oily like ducks. Ducks and geese, they're true waterfowl. Penguins, I've never really touched a penguin. I don't think anywhere at like a stuffed penguin or anything like that, but their feathers, they've evolved to almost be like fur. They don't fly. Their feathers, I guess they're very oily, but I think the feathers themselves are quite different too. So they have to have a lot of insulating ability. And yeah, it's all the miracles of life. I love you.